We have Tony Ryan joining us now. She is the Development Coordinator for JBAR-J Youth Services, and you guys benefit tremendously from the High Desert Classic.
Absolutely. It's really wonderful to have you here. Just so glad. What a great start. This is the beginning of the horse show, and it's going to be another incredible year. And this is our primary fundraiser. It really benefits services.
What are the services?
Well, JBAR-J Youth Services encompasses actually 5 different programs that all serve at-risk teens. And so the 5 different programs are, we have the Academy at Sisters, is a therapeutic boarding school for girls. The Ranch, which is the location where we're at, is actually a facility for boys. It's also residential treatment that for youth that are coming out of the Oregon Youth Authority. We operate the Boys, Big Brothers, Big Sisters of Central Oregon, as well as the Cascade Youth and Family Services runs the homeless shelter for teens here.
How many kids in a year will you guys
serve?
serve?
It's actually about 500 that we directly serve. We see another couple of thousand through hotline calls and that we do indirect services, but with residential services it's close to 500.
Has it been, have the services through JBAR-J been going for a long time?
They have. JBAR-J originally was founded in 1968, that this property was a working ranch, and it was donated to serve at-risk boys at that time. So it started back 44 years ago, which is amazing. And over time, some of the other programs, they really started about 20 years ago, most of the other programs.
Are the kids involved at all during the High Desert Classic who benefit from this?
Completely, yes. And so really weeks before this happens, the boys are engaged in getting the grounds ready. So this is 40 acres that it takes place on, where the ranch is year-round. So they're out here pulling weeds and doing the irrigation. The week before, all the fences go up. So they're really very active in all the operations. The girls from the academy do a lot of the serving at the Grand Prix dinners, and they're doing a lot of the hosting. They'll help with the parking. Cascade Youth and Family, we also have a lot of the staff, as well as the students will come and just help with whatever needs to be done. There's a lot of labor going into an event like this.
I bet it's a huge space that we're looking at. And so when you guys start to set everything up, how many days in advance are you guys out here?
I would say 2 weeks ago it started really gearing up. That there are 2 maintenance people that work with JBAR-J, and they've been working on this for months. That it probably starts like a month.
2 people?
Can you believe it?
Holy moly!
And so that they're the ones that are absolutely involved year-round, really keeping this ground ready. But about 2 months beforehand is when you start seeing a lot of action, and then it just accumulates. So about 2 weeks ago, the horse stalls got put up, and that's the first visible thing that you really notice. 500 horse stalls get set up. And then last Monday, the horses started arriving and all the trailers.
What's your expectation in terms of how much revenue can be generated from this?
So we're trusting that it's going to raise a couple $100,000 again. That's what we've budgeted to support the programs that we serve.
And you say that this is the vast majority of your annual budget?
Well, it's actually for all of our fundraising. JBAR-J services are all funded through, it's about 50% government funding, 25% through events and donations, and 25% through fee for service, which is mostly tuition for the residential program.
How are the kids chosen to be in the various programs?
So there's really a variety, and what's nice is it's this continuum of services. So wherever a young person is at their particular circumstances, there's a place for them to get help. So it starts with the Big Brother, Big Sister. The kids are still intact with their families. It might be a single parent that's really busy, going to school, working full time, and just wants some help, and the child can really use an adult mentor. So we have community volunteers that we match one-on-one for kids ages 6 through 16 through the Big Brother, Big Sister. And then that goes all the way to the adjudicated youth that we're working with at the ranch that are coming out of the Oregon Youth Authority. Kids that have had a pretty tough time. They have some pretty serious crimes that they've committed by the time that they get here. So when they come in, they've got some pretty strong attitudes about life and what's going on. This is an amazing program. If they can adjust to what we're doing on site with the ranch, it just changes lives, and we get lots of stories about how that happens. So that's kind of the ends of the continuum. In the middle is the kids that we work with at Cascade Youth and Family, that a lot of them are coming out of homes that have a lot of dysfunction, like domestic violence. It's all pretty much, the youngest that we see are in the Big Brother, Big Sister from age 6 to 16. Most of the kids are 13 to 20 are the average age.
And this is a fundraiser, but it also has a huge prize for the Grand Prix.
It does, actually.
So it draws a lot of people into Central Oregon.
Right, right. So we're looking at, with 500 horses, each horse brings about 4 people with it. There's a groomer, an owner, the, who else is the trainer that's with them. And so we're looking at all those folks coming here for 2 weeks at a time. The Chamber of Commerce mentioned a couple years ago that it's about $3 million that we think it brings into the
Wow.
community.
That's fantastic.
Yeah, so it's
And
a,
you've seen this as a spectator before.
Right, I have.
Give us an idea of what we're going to see as the week progresses.
oh, it's a step into elegance is what I think it is. That how fun to have this in Central Oregon. That a lot of people are attracted to the horses because they're magnificent. Just
Yeah.
people that do anything with horses, I think would really love coming just to watch the horses. But to sit in the Grand Prix tent and watch these, because they're the best of the best, the cream
Yeah.
of the crop, and they're Olympic riders. They are just an incredible class of expert sportsmanship that are riding here. So it's just that step into another world to be able to really marvel at this level of competition.
And you mentioned before we went on the air that as the days got closer, the tension sort of has risen.
A little bit.
Huh?
I would have to say the people that are working this event, there's a lot at stake. It's
Sure
just,
there
it is really important. And people do, they come here from all over the region, so they're coming from pretty far away.
That's exciting.
And so they need to be treated right. Hopefully everything's in place, that we
Yep.
try to have the stalls ready and the parking ready and that they can just glide in and have a great time.
Well, so far you're doing a great job.
Well, thanks.
Thank you so
Thanks.
much.
It's going to be a great show.
We'll be back.